Alright guys, welcome back to part 3 of the 250 build. I got the frame back from the powder coaters about a week ago, and yeah, so this is a satin black. Came out so sick compared to what it was. All that black and gold spray paint. I'll put a photo up now of what it looked like before so you can compare it. I have to go through and tap all the bolt holes out now, because otherwise the bolts won't go in there because the powder fills up where the threads are. So I have to rebuild these. These are the forks off it. You can see where they're all chipped up from the roost, and that can't be run on the bike, so they're leaking, so I need to strip them down anyway. So once they're apart, I will be sandblasting the sandblast cabinet over there. I'll be sandblasting the fork tubes and getting them anodized, re-anodized. So they're hard anodizing from factory, but so I just get them redone. And I've come to the conclusion about the wheels. I'll be stripping them down, getting the rims I'll get the rims anodized as well, and new spokes and nipples, and I'll be doing some sort of coating on the hubs, maybe Cerakote. Haven't quite decided about the hubs yet, maybe just powder coat them. So I'm in two minds whether to do like the XL yellow for the rims or just do black, but I'm going to anodize them because it'll last longer, whereas powder coating will chip on the rims probably. I also got all these parts done. So you got the rear shock spring, the head. I wasn't sure whether the head would work or not with it warping in the oven, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, the 3 power valve covers, the water pump cover, the rear brake caliper holder, chain slider, chain guide, sorry. You can see where stuff's hit it. It's just the old one that I got redone, but came out alright. This is the bottom of the shock. It goes on like that. It's obviously that way, but and the clutch cover too. The ignition cover is getting it done at the moment. They forgot to do it when I got all these parts done. Also, off camera, I stripped all the paint off the cylinder and the cases. They came out pretty decent, I think, but for the level of this build's going to be, it's just not quite the way I want it. See. Also, as well as stripping the paint off the cases, I pulled all transmission bearings and main bearings and seals out of both cases. I have new main bearings and transmission bearings on this cover. Like in parts like here and stuff, you can still see all the dirt, and especially in the where the stator goes to, it's pretty bad. So I've been talking to a guy here in Tauranga, and he's going to vapor blast all these parts for me, so it'll pretty much take it back to better than new, pretty much. I need to pull the power valves out of this cylinder, and my mate's he's got a hydrosonic cleaner that he's gonna run those parts through, clean them all up. Also got all these bolts here that I'm getting re-zinced, because you can't put old dirty hardware back on. Here's just the old hardware, and they're all spray painted black. So they're all getting re-zinced, and I'm getting like little stuff like foot peg, like pins re-zinced too, and all the axles and stuff for the wheels, the swing arm pivot bolt, just pretty much all that's getting redone. So yeah, all these bolts, power valves, probably get the studs done. Now the cylinder, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. Where is it? There's a little gouge somewhere that you can only just catch with your fingernail. So I work in a motorbike shop and we send all our cylinders away to a machine shop, so I'm just going to get them to rebore it to the piston I have inside, and then yeah, because it's a steel sleeve in this one, so yeah, you can see there, so I can hone that out. So yeah, pretty stoked how these parts came out though. I reckon they came out sick. It's all satin black, so it's in between a matte and a gloss. Just mock the head up on the It looks so sick. And then there'll also be all these like covers and stuff on it. And then for the clutch, inner clutch cover, that goes on like that. Something a bit different anyway. Haven't really seen any like covers or like accents on motors being done, so yeah, pretty happy anyway. Okay, so I couldn't help myself, I had to mock everything up on the engine. But once all these bolts have been re-zinced and the cases have been vapor blasted, this motor's going to be looking trick. Should run super crispy as well with fresh bearings and crank, piston rings, all that. Alright guys, so it's about 3 days later after the last clip, and I got all these parts back last night from the vapor blasters. Yeah, as you can see, they're spotless. So I just got all the engine parts done first, like in this batch, and then I'm getting a second batch done later with like the radiators and the triple clamps and the brakes and all that. But it came out awesome. So I'm not sure if these are the stock foot pegs or not on the RMs, but these are aluminium, so I could actually vapor blast them without them going rusty and need to be coated of some sort. So that's pretty cool. I also got the bolts back from the zinc platers and axles and stuff. But check out that spring, that's the exhaust spring, the old exhaust spring that has been redone. So it looks pretty much brand new. And in the paper bag I've got all the other bolts and axles and stuff. This was the ignition cover that I was talking about in the last clip. So I got that back last night as well. So Suzuki's actually protruding from the actual cover itself, so I'm gonna, with like a sandpaper disc, I'm gonna take the powder off the Suzuki, so it'll be black surrounding with like brushed aluminium on the Suzuki. So it should turn out pretty good. He can do like plastic and rubber as well, so it was pretty beaten up this reboot, but it's definitely a lot better than what it was. You can still see the pitting and stuff in it, but I'm not too fussed. Yeah, I'll post up some photos of the before and after of all these parts. I reckon the carb is the one that turned out the best from what it looked like beforehand and after. So if you get stuff vapor blasted, you've got to give them a thorough clean out before using them. So before I rebuild this motor, I'll be just wash them all out with a bit of water and then dry it all off, because it's mixed with the water in the vapor blasting machine is like a sandy grit stuff, like the same like density as like baking soda. So you don't want that running through your motor while it's after it's been freshly rebuilt. You can see a bit in the cases there, but down here. So I'll give that a good clean out. Yeah, so that's going to be it for part 3 of the RM250 build. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.